Finally, the Crusader Mercury Star Runner is being released to the public, to all of us, and 3.11.1 is now to the live build. This was a ship that is one of the most anticipated releases, I would say, especially this year. This is a ship a lot of people have been waiting for, including myself. I think this was one of the ships that really put Crusader on the map, along with the Hercules. Crusader, before the Hercules and the Star Runner, was only the Genesis Starliner, and really I don't think a lot of people was that interested in Crusader. But once the Hercules and especially the Star Runner come out, this was the ship that really put Crusader on the map. Including myself, I'm a huge Crusader fan now. I really love that manufacturer and I want to buy all their ships, even if I'm not going to use them all. I think one of the big reasons why Crusader was, the Star Runner, sorry, was one of the best ships for the game, and it was a good ship for Crusader because a lot of people really liked the looks of the ship. It looked very sleek, it looked really cool. A lot of people liked the role of the ship. It was more of a multi-role. It wasn't a specific role like a combat ship or a refinery ship. It was a ship that was a lot of multi-role, and multi-role ships are one of the most popular ships in Stasis. And if you look at the Freelancer, that's kind of multi-role, but especially the Cutlass Black, all that stuff. The new Nomad looks a bit multi-roley for starter ships now. So a lot of people really do like this ship because it's got a lot of multi-role. So a lot of people really do like this ship, and it really was one of the ships that put Crusader on the map. And this is the reason why. Now, I've actually had a look at this ship. I've been on 3.11.1. I was on the PTU when that was released to the public, and I've been on live build, flying it around a bit. And there's things that I liked about the ship, and there was things that I didn't like about the ship. Obviously, this ship isn't perfect. No ship's going to be perfect, I think, for everybody. Overall, it was a ship that I really did enjoy, but I want to just talk about the things I didn't like and the things I did like. Obviously, the things that I didn't like, some of them was going to be changed in the future, I know that for sure. But just expect that the things that I didn't like, if you're really like mad at me or something because I didn't like it, it could change. I understand that it could change, but it's still something to shout out about, so CIG know that they should change it. Kind of that's feedback for you. That's what feedback does. So I just want to get that out of the way. Let's get into things that I do not like about the Mercury Star Runner. So the first thing I don't like, and I think this is going to be where I'm going to shut up for a bit, because I'll just show you now.
Crusader Industries, a journey worth taking. Systems on.
Now, I don't know what you would call that. The announcer, the person in the ship or something. She's quite scary. I think she's really scary. It's quite aggressive and quite scary to me. When I first got into the ship and turned it on, I was like, what the god? She's scary to me. I don't know. Maybe there's this haunted feel, what they did with the pictures, the interior pictures last time. How wrong I was with those interior pictures as well. This ship has changed a lot. But yeah, the first thing I don't like about is the announcer. I'm going to call her the announcer. You can tell me in the comments what she actually is. Sorry. Yeah, she really does scare me a bit. Yeah, that's all I can really say. Now, the second thing I don't like about the ship, and I think a lot of people are noticing this, and that's the doors. The doors don't open quick. You will run up to them and you're genuinely, especially the smaller doors. The round doors are okay. I think the round doors, they are quite slow still, but they're not as slow as the normal kind of rectangular doors. With the rectangular doors, you generally have to run right up to it, face plant it, and then the door will open. I think this is normal. The reason why you have to essentially face plant it because the sensors on especially the rectangular doors are really close to the actual door, the sensor that opens it. This can also be changed if they put the sensors a bit further back or whatever forwards, so it will pick you up when a bit earlier. I think that would fix the issue. It wouldn't fix the issue completely. The doors do have a slow animation. I think when you're standing there waiting for the sensor to pick you up, the animation is quite slow, so you still probably would face plant a bit. The round doors, the sensors do pick you up a bit more further, and it's not a big issue. But with the rectangular doors, I just keep face planting it, and I think it's because the sensors are really short on picking you up. I think the reason for this is because obviously there's a lot of doors and the interior is a little bit cramped. I think it's a little bit cramped interior. It's not an issue for me that the interior is a bit cramped, but I think the result of this is that they thought, okay, let's put the sensors a bit short than they should be, and they don't pick you up from a longer range. I think they should extend the range and where the sensors would pick you up, because you just keep face planting the door, and it's quite annoying when you run around. Obviously you can turn the sensors off and leave the door open so it won't shut, and that will fix your issue. But you got to do that every time you get into your ship. So if you claim a ship and you get a new one, you have to take all the sensors off. So yeah, that's my second issue with the Mercury Starrunner. So my third issue with the Mercury Starrunner is going to be the exterior look. Now, I've got something good on the exterior look, so don't start saying that I'm a cunt in the comments, because I don't like the exterior look. But I think the exterior look, when I was looking at the pictures, and I saw the rear center thruster missing, and I was like, yeah, can they please kind of patch that bit up, make it a little bit more better? They haven't really done that. The rear thruster, that big rear center thruster from the back, seriously doesn't look great. That is not there anymore. It looks a lot different, and I think it doesn't really look nice. Overall, I'd like something to be patched up there. Just get rid of that horrible bit in the middle where the rear center thruster should be. I don't really like that look. On to the exterior look, so we keep on that, and it's obviously the turrets. Now, when I actually looked at the pictures from the exterior, and I said, oh wait, look, the turrets, they look very pokey out. They don't really fit the look of the Starrunner. That's going to be a bit more sleek, and they just look like a sore thumb kind of thing. Somebody actually said that, no, Luke, don't worry, they're going to retract. They don't retract. So they're always out like that, both of them. And this was a thing that when I saw, I thought, I probably hate the rear thruster missing, and the fact that it's a bit more fatter than it used to be. I'd probably look at that a bit more and go, yeah, and then the turrets wouldn't be a big issue. I think the biggest issue with the exterior looks is the turrets. I think if you actually kind of get rid of the turrets, or you made them retract into the ship, then it will look actually pretty good. It looked really nice. But overall, the turrets just sticking out like a sore thumb really does kind of, you just know, just please get rid of them or retract them. That would really make this ship look really nice. That was the third and fourth thing. Now we're on the fifth thing I don't like about the ship, and this is actually to do with the chest table. There's a chest table in the ship, and it's working really great. It's kind of working. Might be when they actually properly implement the games like pull and the chest table, I think that's going to have a bit more added onto it. But right now you can actually pick up the pieces and drop them somewhere on the chest table. It's really cool. The only issue is the position of the chest table is that one side is facing the white. So if you're white, the white side playing chess, you're facing basically the chair, and you can't sit down on the chair when you're playing chess. You've got to stand up. So the chair is quite far away from the table. It's a bit weird. And then if you're the black side, you're actually away from the chair. So when you're looking at the chair, and obviously you can't sit down there. That's not the issue that the players can't sit down, but the spectators I'm trying to look at, they can't sit down either. They have to stand up as well. So the chair is not really useful at the moment, because how they place the chess table is that the guy would have to look on the side, but there's no chair on the side when you're looking at watching and spectating the game. So you have to stand up by playing chess, and by even spectate. Even though there's a chair there, you kind of have to stand up to actually look at the game, or you're just going to be staring at your mate's ass. So he's on the white side. So I wish they kind of like just turn the chess table from the white side being on the left side. Just turn it a bit. You know what I mean? Just turn it 90 degrees. And there you go, you're set. So at least the guy who's spectating can actually watch the game, instead of by sitting down. Watch you play the game of chess while sitting down on the chair. So that was my fifth thing I hate. The sixth thing I hate about the Crusader Mercury Star Runner, and this is a little petty one. This is my little petty one. A lot of people just go, Luke, what the hell? And that's the emblem, the badge, the Crusader badge. I love the Crusader badge, and I love it in blue. In this ship, it's orange, and I don't like it in orange. That's a little petty one. But yeah, I look at this ship and I'm like, the first thing that just stands out to me is that big badge that you see, and it's in, I don't even know, that one's in orange. I think that one is in orange, but it could be black. It should be blue, not orange. That is one of my little petty things I hate about the ship. I wish it was blue, but no, it's orange. Now the seventh thing I really hate about this ship, and I think this is the biggest problem out of all of the ones I've just talked about, all the other ones are just little peeves, little problems and things that could be fixed in the future. Oh, this one actually can be fixed in the future. What am I talking about? But the other ones were little peeves. But the seventh thing I hate about the ship is the fuel burn, and obviously this will be changed. I'm begging CIG to change the fuel, how much this thing actually drinks fuel. I'll take you a little story. I first got the ship, I rented this ship from the expo when it was on PTU. I got into the ship, I flew up into space, out of the atmosphere. I then quantum travelled from essentially Microtech to the other side of Microtech, where at the time New Babbage was in the dark and I wanted to be in the light, so I quantum travelled to the other side. I didn't even fly down onto the planet. I pretty much was still above atmosphere at this point, and it actually said that I was 50% fuel. I hardly had travelled by then, just to get to 50% fuel. It just burns a lot of fuel, and then when I went to refuel it, it was like a ton of money. I think it was over easily 4 digits for about 2-3 minutes of flying around in the ship. Yeah, that was burning a lot of fuel, and it didn't change when live came out, because when I did the screenshot or the thumbnail for my video, I got the ship, I went out on New Babbage again at the spaceport. I flew into New Babbage, flew onto one of the towers, the buildings, on the top of the buildings where you can land, took my picture. I flew back to the spaceport. It wasn't a long journey. It was just behind the big tower, the main hotel tower, whatever that one's called. Just behind there, a little bit. It takes a minute. I drank about a quarter of fuel. Well, no, sorry, the Star Runner drank about a quarter of fuel. I was actually about 73% fuel, and that was me just going from the spaceport to the actual town, or to the city of New Babbage, and coming back again, and I drank a quarter of fuel. Hopefully this is going to be changed in the future, because it kind of defeats this multi-role everyday ship that a lot of people bought this ship for. The reason why I'm probably going to still run around in the Star Runner even when the Hercules comes out is because this is a ship that I can do a lot of things in. I can do cargo, all that stuff, and it's not a huge, great, big ship like the Hercules. It's a small little run around that's going to get me places and have fun with mates. Drinking a quarter of fuel while going from the spaceport to the city, but it takes a minute and back, is probably not acceptable for that kind of gameplay right now. So I think hopefully number 7, and that was the worst one I don't like about the ship, is the fuel burn. So that's what I hate about the ship. So we're going to go on to the things that I like about the ship, and there's a lot of things that I do like about the ship. So we're going to go to the bits that I liked about this ship, and there's a lot of things that I did like. Overall, I love this ship. I just want to say that, even though I said the things that I hate about the ship, overall I think this ship's really great. The things that I did like about the ship, let's get to the first one, and that is the exterior. Yes, I did say back in the things that I did not like, that I didn't like the rear thrusters and I didn't like the turrets. Overall though, as a package, this ship is so nice looking. I really do like the look of this ship. Yes, the turrets stick out. Yes, the old rear thruster's not there and it looks horrible where it used to be. But as a package, especially when you're actually on the ground looking at it, not actually in the ship on the third person view, it looks really, really nice. That kind of fatter look that we saw from those pictures that I did a video on. Once it's in game, you can't really see it. It still looks really sleek. It still looks wonderful. It doesn't look fat. When you yeah, for sure if you compare it to the old one, it looks fat. But as a ship, it doesn't really look that fat. I really do think it looks really sleek. It looks really nice. And overall, CRG has done a great job with the exterior. Now let's go to the second thing, and that is the interior. Yeah, the interior looks amazing. This is probably where CRG's really done the best in my opinion, and that was the interior. Obviously the interior has, what did I write down here? Smuggling tunnels on the interior. Look really nice. They're so detailed. They've got so much going on, so much good gameplay in the future for the smuggling tunnels. Got an elevator, that's cool I guess, but the elevator goes up into the server room. The server room looks really nice. Obviously you can't do much with it, but it looks really nice. And then you go into the scanning room on the left. Yeah, there's some wasted space on the scanning room, but the reason why there's that wasted space is because there's a door there that you can look you can open, and you can go down into the tunnels. Scanning looks really nice. Can't wait until that is functional. And you go out the scanning room, and then to the right you have the two seats for the turret. Not much I can say there, they look good. Then you go into the main bit. Once you looked at that, you go to your left, and then you got these two doors. You got a door in front of you. What's the circular doors? The circular doors goes to essentially the cockpit. The door on the left goes into recreation. What's the living quarters essentially, where you see the chess table. The fact that the chess table's functional is really great. I love that. I thought it's great that they even made it functional. It's not perfect. All you can do is grab a piece and put it down, and even if you want to take another pawn, or if you want to take anything, you have to ask your mate who you're taking, please take that one off. It's not perfect, it's not finished obviously, but the fact that it's functional in some sort of way is great. Then you go into the the restroom where you sleep, looking great. I love it. And then the cockpit area is probably amazing. You know that's the Crusader look. When you look at this, if you want to know how the Hercules is going to look and how the cockpit's going to look at the Star Runner. And then yeah, there's that middle bit in the Star Runner that I really love in the Star Runner, the middle and the seats. That's going to be replicated in the Hercules. So if you don't like it, Hercules, you won't like the Hercules cockpit essentially. But yeah, the interior is amazing for me. I really do like it. I love the secret panels in the interior. You got a little secret panel that opens a secret door that's in the cargo bay, and that actually gives you extra cargo that you can use now. It's not like extra cargo that you can use for smuggling later. For sure, for smuggling right now it's not good, because I don't think it really works, and everybody knows, and smuggling is not really in the game at the moment. Very basic form of smuggling, but it's extra cargo at the moment that is used right now. You do the maximum cargo, that little bit of cargo that once you open that door and you go through, that little bit of cargo is used right now. That's really cool. Door switches and the light switches, the fact that that's been introduced into the Star Runner is great. The door switches and the light switches will be introduced into every other ship that's going to come out. Every other ship that's in the game right now will probably eventually get reworked to have these switches. I'm pretty sure we've seen it in ISC or whatever they call it, inside Star Citizen. We've seen it on the Connie, so it's not the big feature of the Star Runner. But the fact that it's in now, the door switches look really great. I really do like the door switches. Now, one of the things I really do like about this ship is that it's so easy to fly. I'm saying that, the only issue when it's flying is that it's quite wide. It's quite wider than a lot of other ships, and the only issue with that is wide is that when you go out of a hangar, that's what I want to say. When you get out of a hangar, it takes a long time for you to actually get out of there. You have to wait for the hangar to open the doors fully before you can actually get out because it's wide. Other than that, this ship is so easy to fly. It's really maneuverable for the size of the ship. It's really quick. It's really maneuverable. What more can you say? It does burn a lot of fuel, but it's very maneuverable. This could change in the future though. I'm excited that it's maneuverable now, but I doubt that maneuverability is going to stay there. But yeah, it's really maneuverable for its size. And for the last thing, I think it's its role. I think overall the ship is great, but the big factor of the ship is because of it's a multi-role ship, not because the ship's a Crusader ship because it looks so good. There's loads of ships like that. This ship is a multi-role ship that's going to be my everyday ship to go out, and that's what I wanted from the ship. Even if it looked like trash, even if the interior didn't look that great, it's a Crusader ship that's multi-role, and I loved it. Well, I don't. Sorry, I will love it still. And yeah, the multi-role ship, making it so you could fit a rock in there. I'm going to be going out and buying a rock in game, and the ship that I'm going to be transporting the rock is going to be the Star Runner. So I can get a rock in there, I can get a Ursa rover in there. I will be playing, I think hopefully later on today or tomorrow, me and my mate are going to be playing what can fit in the Mercury Star Runner. I've already tried to fit my 100i series, that didn't go well. I've already tried to fit the Argo MPVE, or was it MPUV or MPV? I don't know what it's called. That little ship that Argo made. Yeah, that doesn't fit at all. You can't even get it in to where it can stay. But I'm betting on the at least the Kruger one, the Merlin that fits in the Connie right now. I'm hoping that can get in there. And I'm 85X from Origin. I'm going to be testing that one as well. What else? What else is there that can try to fit in there? I will try to stick it in there. Overall, yes, the multi-role, the cargo, the fact that it can do cargo, the fact that it can fit loads of stuff in there, like the rock, the fact that it can do missions, the fact that you can actually do combat missions. A lot of people, I remember when I actually did this first review, what did I even call my thoughts review? I actually said the ship could do combat, and a lot of people ripped on me, and I was kind of like, oh no. People kind of misinterpreted. This was my fault why people misinterpreted. I meant that it could do combat missions, like the missions that we have today, like the little bounty hunting missions. It could do those missions, and it could do those missions actually pretty well. Especially if you have a crew with the turrets. Yeah, I think this is okay when it comes to combat. For sure, when it all gets fleshed out, and the ship and the missions are actually going to be more complex and more harder to do. Yeah, for sure, this is going to have to stay as the Star Runner of the ship and run away. But when it comes to missions right now, and if you want to do bounty hunting missions, you can do bounty hunting missions in this ship. There's no issues with it. It does it really well, actually. I take out a Mustang Delta in 2 seconds. Obviously, data running will be a big factor of the ship. I think a lot of people want to see what data running does, and the ship has data running. The biggest ship that has data running, the only other ship I think is the Herald. The Endeavour might do data running when it comes out with a module like that, but that's not in the game yet. So right now, a lot of people are waiting on that to see what that is, and that could be a big money maker. But right now it's cargo, exploration, and mission gameplay, and very basic combat. Oh no, stress. Very basic combat. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, all that lovely Mexi stuff. And so thank you, and goodbye.